Hello guys and welcome! Today we are going to talk about the top 5 rarest biomes that you can find in Minecraft. Like, the world in Minecraft is so huge with a lot of diversity and different biomes. It actually takes over 30 million blocks to reach the world border in a Minecraft seed. That's how huge this world is. So it only makes sense to hide some hidden gems here, like some rare biomes that are worth exploring and that are really unique and special. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. If you guys are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe for more content. And yeah, let's enjoy this together while we are exploring. On number 1 we have the mushroom fields, and this biome is super rare, and it looks like we already reached a different planet. And yeah, where are we here? This looks so weird. Like, even the ground looks like freaking cake glaze, right? Ground is actually made out of mycelium, and on mycelium, if you have like a small mushroom and use bone meal, you get like those giant ones that you see here everywhere. So yeah, instead of trees we have here those huge mushrooms, and even on the ground you see like smaller mushrooms. And oh wow, like even the animals here are very strange. It feels like we are on a whole different planet, because here you can find the mushroom. It's a mushroom cow basically. There's only currently a red variation, so I'm not sure if they're ever gonna add a brown one. And if you shear this one, this will turn to a normal cow. Like, that is so weird. Like, why would this one turn into a normal cow? But I hope they're actually gonna patch this one day, that they only use the mushrooms on their back and that they actually stay mushrooms, because currently the only way to get like mushrooms again after shearing them is by breeding them. And their offspring will look actually very unique, because it has the same texture, the same skin, but it doesn't have those mushrooms on its back, right? So yeah, unfortunately you can't reuse those mushrooms after you shear them, so you might as well just slaughter them immediately. And it's like so weird here, like the whole ground. And if there's like some lava or something, for example, I think over there's a lava lake. Yep, there it is. Like, it looks really like we reached another planet. Like, oh wow, where are we even here? This looks like a freaking dream world or something, and it's very rare to find. On number 2 we have the shattered savanna plateau. And this one is so beautiful. I think it's one of the best biomes to actually make a base in. What's really unique about here is, even though it's the savanna, it's actually also the mountains. It's basically a hybrid of mountains and savanna, you could say. And it's crazy high here. It's actually higher than most mountains you can find these days. And just look at that, like the whole formation here of those rocks and the whole landscape here. It is so artistic, it is so beautiful. And what's quite unique here is you can actually find a different type of dirt here, the coarse dirt. And what's special about the coarse dirt is that grass doesn't spread on this. So if for some reason you want to build a ground that's purely out of dirt and you don't want like grass to grow in it, you can use coarse dirt. And yeah, like, imagine building like a freaking house somewhere over there, or maybe on top here. That's actually even better. Like, what is if you climb on here and build like a freaking house over there, and it's actually spacious enough. It's so beautiful. Like, I have some really great build ideas here. Like, you could build like a house here and then have like a railway, like a freaking roller coaster or something, lead down to the bottom, and you can always come back up with a minecart and go down and build a house here and just enjoy the view. Like, look at this side, like, it's so beautiful. Like, the way it's like formed here. I'm actually wondering if the mountains and cliffs update will also rework those, like the shattered savanna plateau, because this has like some crazy formations, and it's very dangerous to travel here as well, because you can fall down. And some corners remind me of the nether, like this here, because we have like a freaking flying dirt island here. Like, what is happening here? Why do we have a flying island? And yeah, just look at the formation. We often even see those tunnels here in the shattered savanna plateau where you can like walk through, like here. And look what we have here. We have an enderman. Hi enderman, what's up? How are you? And yeah, just look at that. Like, this whole landscape is a piece of art, a really beautiful one. And what's really cool here is you can also find some animals here, but if you make like a farm, you need to flatten out a lot. And is that a freaking camel? This looks like a freaking camel. And oh yeah, that's this mountain is formed like a camel, and that's the head of the camel. Okay, oh, we might as well just make here a freaking base or something. What's cool from here is you see so many other biomes. We even see a desert temple there. We see, I think this was the swamp, and just look at that. Like, wow, imagine making here some kind of bridges or some rail paths. Oh, wow. On number 3, we have the ice spikes biome. And this one also looks just like the mushroom, feels like we're on a different planet or something. Like, look at this. We have like those really interesting formations with packed ice. And from far, this looks like freaking houses. Like, when I explored it the first time, the ice spikes biome, I actually thought I was exploring some kind of ruins or something, because all those formations here, like, they look like freaking towers or some houses or something. Like, just look at the formation, like, wow. And the downside of this is though, there are like no trees, and you can't even find animals here. Like, you find nothing but dirt, snow, and packed ice. But it looks very artistic as well, and I think it's pretty nice to actually make like some kind of challenge where you build like a home here, for example, like a base, and you just import some trees and you alter it a bit. But yeah, look at this. This looks like freaking buildings or something. And what did we find here? That's an interesting formation. Like, what the heck is this? That's a very, very strange formation. That's a big peepee right there. Like, look at this. Big peepee. Oh, wow. Yeah, some of those formations are very abstract, as we just saw. Like, that's crazy right there. And yeah, we have like what's special about ice spikes is it usually spawns right next to the snowy tundra or within the snowy tundra. So you can only find this when you are exploring. And what is this? That's a small peepee right there. Okay, that's another strange formation. Okay, that's a weird biome, but a really beautiful one. I only encountered one in my main world so far. That's how rare it is. Like, you won't find many. Like, you have best luck finding those if you're traveling to the snowy tundra, but it's quite seldom the case. So yeah, you need to look out a lot for it. On number 4, we have the eroded badlands, and I think this biome is really, really beautiful. It consists of a lot of small and sometimes even bigger mountains that are quite pointy, and some are very, very high, and it has a lot of smaller lakes. And it just looks so interesting because it's completely out of terracotta, so it's very colorful. You have like those tons of different kind of stripes. You have like orange stripes, you have like yellow stripes, and you can also make some really cool builds here. You could build like maybe like a small house on top of one of those mountains, make a bridge that leads to like another mountain where you maybe have a farm on top or some roller coaster. And there's so much water here. And what is happening on the ground? That is so weird. What was that? Like, suddenly just some sand moved by itself. What was that? Yeah, that's interesting. Something must have triggered the sand to fall. Well, yeah. You have a lot of water here, so making like farms, for example, is not so difficult here actually. And what's so cool is also for treasure hunters and those that love to explore, you have mine shafts that are quite small, and it's so easy to find like monster spawners and chests here, because those mountains are very small and they have those mine shafts. You will see a lot of chests on the top, and you find even like monster spawners here on the top, and this happens quite a lot in the eroded badlands. It can also happen in the normal badlands, but in the eroded badlands it's actually more common to see those chests outside and those spawners, what makes this really unique. And here we even have another one, and there's a second one as well. What do we actually have in this one? And yeah, oh wow, we have diamonds. And yeah, what I wanted to say is also that because you have so much water, it's very easy to start a farm. And look at that. So beautiful here. It's almost like we're in a recreation of the Grand Canyon in the US. On number 5, we have the swamp hills, a very, very rare biome that is very, very great to actually live in and build a base in, and I will tell you in a moment why. So it looks from up close like the regular swamp, but if you go like more far and you actually look at your surroundings, there's not so much water here, and there are like a lot of hills here and smaller mountains. So if you, for example, build a base here, you don't need to worry so much about the water. You just need to use a shovel and flatten a bit. And you can also find very, very easily animals here because you have those hills. So you can just climb up and you can locate tons of different animals, from pigs to sheep to cows. What is also really, really great here, you sometimes do find pumpkins here. What is also really, really unique about the swamp hills, because usually in a swamp you don't find pumpkins, but in the swamp hills they do spawn. You have those tunnels often here because of those smaller mountains, and it's just, you have such a great view from here, what really helps you find stuff. And because there's not so much water here, it's very, very easy to make, for example, a starter base here, and you can easily explore your surroundings. And if you look, for example, at a regular swamp, because over there's a regular swamp, it's usually very, very flat, and you have only like a couple of dirt blocks, and the height is 1 to 3 blocks of land usually, right? Like look here, it's just 2-3 blocks above water level. And here you have a lot of blocks above water level, and you see even more animals than the regular swamp because there's so much land that more animals can spawn, what is really, really great. And I think it also looks so magical with those vines from those trees, because they can grow really, really long, because sometimes you have a tree at a cliff, what is really nice. It's a very great biome. It is very, very rare to find. You maybe need 5 or 6 swamps, sometimes more, to find a single one. So yeah, in my world, I think I only found one so far, and I've crossed like 4 or 5 swamps, so it's very rare. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. And if there's any biome that I missed and that you feel like deserves to be on the top 5 list, please let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. There will be more content coming soon. And please don't forget to like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new video. And oh wow, this was a really, really fun journey, and Minecraft is a very beautiful game. I will see you guys very soon.